Hi, how are you? This is Carrie Mubarak at wooingnature.life. Hope all is well. This is your January reading for my Cancer friends out there. Hi, Cancer. So, this month is, of course, the beginning of a new year. We are headed right into 2020 full force. Everybody's really excited about 2020, and I think that 2020 is going to need that burst of excitement. 2020 is a time to get clarity, time to get focused. That whole 2020 vision is real. So we want to get our vision clear and we want to get our focus together and we want to make sure that with that two and that two, that foundations are being built well. 20 and 2, 2020 equals out to a 4. That configuration, though, is very important too because what we have is the first quarter of activity, the first quarter of balancing activity, and also activity centered around getting your foundations in order, getting your structure in order, making sure that all of your ducks are in a row. And then we have the second quarter, there's going to be a little lull, there's going to be a little rest period during the second quarter. Then the third quarter, there's going to be another big wave like this one that you're feeling now, and then in the last quarter there's going to be a lull again. The reason for that, the ebb and flow, is for assimilation purposes. You can't just get all the information or one big flat ass download all at once. You can't do that. Your body, your mind, your spirit, all of that has to assimilate this information because it's still very new to a lot of us. We have been operating in a different sort of construct. We've been dealing with each other from a linear Western paradigm, very masculine as well. But as we move into the further into the millennium, we're going to realize that those paradigms from the last millennium are no longer going to be applicable in the new one. And it just makes sense. It's time for a change. Things move, things change, we evolve, and this is a slow process. It's not a quick process. Some of you may feel like it's quick. It's really not all that quick. It's been happening for eons. And so, and I think what it is that we are feeling it more now because we're more aware, we're more spiritually aware, we're more connected than we were before. We are actually going back to the way that we were when we were living in ancient times. So as we know, the time is not, time is doesn't really actually exist. And so, well, it doesn't, but you know what I mean. We can have that argument, but I'm not going to, not on your video and not on your time. Um, but but yeah, we're really hearkening back to a time when we were more spiritually connected, and because we're more spiritually connected, we're more aware and we're feeling it more. That's really what's going on. So 2020 is about foundation building. It requires some nuts and bolts. The astrology of January, which is like, how you start is how you finish. And so we're starting out off rip with a lineup in Capricorn, in the sign of Capricorn. We've got Pluto and Saturn already there, making some very significant changes in our mindset. The things that are happening are causing us to change and dig deeper and get to some truths and help us to really understand why we're all here and what our purpose is. And our purpose is not necessarily us personally, that's ego stuff. We're doing a lot of changes there. But then there's also Jupiter in Capricorn. Mercury is in Capricorn. We got Mars coming in Capricorn. So there is this very clear lineup of planets that says, yes, it is time. It is time for us to get our lives. And it's also time for us to get things in order. So if we did not appreciate and like the old order, if we are moving out of an old order, thank God we're moving out of an old order and moving into a new one, then we are really shaping that. We are really the ones that are constructing this model. This is all new stuff. And we have to be in communication with each other. And as many of you know, when you're working with a lot of people, and a lot of people means all of us, human beings, it's difficult to communicate and it's difficult to hear and it's difficult to understand each other, but we must do it. It is vitally important to our progress. Um, What did I want to say about that? So the lineup says get your life together, get your personal life together, get your mind together, get get some bottom lines for yourself. You have to go to some bottom lines here with Pluto.